Hello students, today I am going to explain geometrical meaning of zeros of polynomials. First of all, I will explain types of polynomials. After that, I will explain their geometrical representations. After watching this video, you will be able to find zeros and number of zeros of polynomials from their graphical representation. Firstly, see what is the zero of a polynomial. A real number k is zero of polynomial if pk is equal to 0. It means if we put a value k in the polynomial and solve that expression, if we get 0, then that number is the zero of polynomial. First, we see the geometric meaning of linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial. These are the standard forms of linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and cubic polynomial. Linear, in which the degree is 1. Quadratic, in which the degree is 2. Cubic, in which the degree is 3. If we will draw a graph of linear polynomial, we get a straight line. If we draw a graph of quadratic polynomial, we get a parabola as shown in figure 2. If we draw a cubic polynomial, that is graph of cubic polynomial, then we get a curve like this. Graph of quadratic polynomial is parabola. It may be upward parabola or downward parabola. First one is downward parabola and second one is upward parabola. If the value of a is less than 0, then it will be downward parabola. If the value of a is greater than 0, then it will be upward parabola. Now see in the first graph. It does not cut the x-axis, so it has no 0. And in the second figure, it cuts the x-axis at 1 point, so it has 1 0. And in the third figure, the curve cuts the x-axis at 3 points, so it has 3 zeros. And fourth figure, it is a parabola and it cuts the x-axis at 2 points, so it has 2 0. In the next curve, the curve cuts the x-axis at 4 points, so it has 4 zeros. And in the next and last one, it has 3 0 because it cuts the x-axis at 3 points. Graph of quadratic polynomial is parabola. It may be upward parabola or downward parabola. First one is downward parabola and second one is upward parabola. If the value of a is less than 0, then it will be downward parabola. If the value of a is greater than 0, then it will be upward parabola. This is the graph of quadratic polynomial and this is a parabola. It is a upward parabola. And this parabola cuts the x-axis at -2 0 and 4 0. So, -2 and 4 are zeros of this quadratic polynomial. In this way, we will find the zeros of a polynomial by seeing the graph. This is the graph of cubic polynomial and it cuts the x-axis at 3 points. -2 0, 0 0 and 2 0. So, -2, 0 and 2 are zeros of the polynomial. It means x coordinate are the zeros of the polynomial and cubic polynomial has at most 3 zeros. You can revise the whole chapter by studying this mind map. So pause the video and study it carefully. Now I am showing some graphs. You have to write the zeros and number of zeros by seeing the graphical representation of these polynomials.